our pastor is such a light. He shines so bright.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Please help me click on the like button. Help me click on the like button, please. Help me click on the like button. Help me click on the like button. Yes. Mountaintop Chorale. You can see what I'm here to discuss this morning. Mountaintop Chorale are world champions. King David, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, King David. You're welcome, sir. How is work? How is family? Mountaintop Chorale are world champions. You know, I would not want to take too much of your time this morning. You know, Funke has painted Dr. Olukoya and Mountain of Fire over the years as a horrible person, a terrible person, like MFM is a horrible place. But I like one question that Aproko with Spice asked her. So you refer this place to being a terrible place, yet you kept going back there. You kept going back there. Funke and her husband returned to MFM 3 times. They first came, they left. Uncle Tife, good morning, sir. Very fine. The kids are fine. They've gone back to their mom. You know, their mom is back now, and she's more relaxed and composed now. So they are back with their mom. We still spoke this morning. They called me. So we spoke this morning. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. So Funke has always painted Dr. Lukoya as a bad person. Blue is the color. Football is the game. We are winning the league this season. I can't wait for the Premiership to start. Yes, all blues, all blues. Ruhedian, all blues. Yes. Uncle Tife, okay, Uncle Tife hacks. All right. That is noted. That is noted. I can't wait to see you have your family back. It is well. It is well. We leave that into the hands of God. We leave that into the hands of God. God knows how to. Yes, we are all together and winning is our aim. Yes. God knows how to sort that aspect out. Back to the matter, you know. Funke and her family So Chelsea through the sun and rain, because Chelsea is our name. Yes, yes, up Chelsea, up Blues, up Blues. So Funke and her family has tried to describe Dr. Lukoya as this monstrous person, this terrible human being that hates people, that destroys people, but you know, and because that Baba doesn't talk, he doesn't have time granting interviews, he doesn't have time to shalaye, he doesn't have time to benusi mic, you know, it is all in the hands of God. It is all in the hands of God. It is all in the hands of God. You know, so because Daddy Gio doesn't talk, Dr. Lukoya doesn't talk. He talks, but he hardly talks. He hardly talks back. He hardly responds. You know, somebody who is busy, you can imagine a man that is busy with he's busy with MFM branches scattered worldwide. MFM is a multinational organization. And to coordinate that kind of organization, you've got to be on your toes. You have to be on your toes. You really have to be on the move on a regular. And this is a man that will minister on Sundays. A lot of times on Mondays, after the Bible study, he will come out and do revival hour. He will come and minister on Wednesdays, manna water service. Ministers at Power Must Change Hands. He even goes to regions. He goes to regions to minister. So he's a very busy man. But why? The aspect that I want to bring out this morning is the aspect that a lot of people are not really used to about Dr. Lukoya. Dr. Lukoya is a musician. He's a great musician. You know, I have been my own singing career dates back to my mom's beer parlor back at Bariga, Jose Castro Street, number 13 Jose Castro Street, Bariga. But you see, I was singing in the beer parlor, in my mom's beer parlor, you know, while serving her guests and all that. And gradually, you know, I was also in charge of the stereo. So any new album that comes out, either Juju or Fuji or Apala or anything, we have to go and get it in order to entertain our guests. So that kept me abreast of all manner of music that was going on. So that quickened my love for music. My voice later came out to cooperate with the music in me. But that was where I first had my encounter with music. So growing up, anywhere I heard music, Fuji, blues, R&B, rap, anything, whenever it was music time, I was always active. So when I got born again, it was not difficult for me to locate where I would serve. So I got born again as I was trying to gain my admission, because let me be sincere with you, with the kind of friends I had back then at Bariga and the kind of uncles, big brothers that we had in the area, what they used to teach us was, when you get to school, be a hard guy, be a strong guy, join the strongest cult, show everybody that you are the strongest, you get. So that was all the while that I was writing JAMB, that was my ambition. So I wrote JAMB to gain an admission to Unilag twice. God did not allow it. So by the time I wrote the third one, no, the first time and the second time, yes. So the second JAMB, it was after I tried getting admission to Unilag, I couldn't make it. That the option of a friend to my sister came to look for her. You know, they were both at Olabisi Onabanjo University together. And at that point, you know, Unilag was very close to my house, was not far from my house. So I used to go to Unilag, and at some point, I've been seeing my juniors back at secondary school going for lectures, and so it was beginning to get to me. And me and my friends in the area, we used to go, is that we go to Unilag, Ife, or UI. You know, we used to see the name and the building as the school, not what we wanted to go and study. So at that point, seeing my junior ones back at Unilag, I used to go to Unilag Lagoon Front to go and smoke Indian hemp then. I would buy my Indian hemp on our street at Jose Castro, and then I would go to the Lagoon Front inside Unilag to go and smoke. So on my way there, I usually come across some of my junior they are going for lectures. Some of them will carry their bags, carry their files, carry their... So it was really beginning to get at me. So that day, that fateful day, my sister's friend came to our house. So I was perplexed. As at then, they had not regulated the university calendar, every school. So, you know, then ASU strike will affect some, will not affect some. So some schools will be in session, some will not join. So every school had staggered academic calendars. So I had tried Unilag. Unilag was done with admission. They did not pick me. So, but Olabisi Onabanjo University was still had their admission stuff ongoing. So I just gave it to the person. The person was like, okay, that they will get back to me. And surprise, to my greatest surprise, and that as at that time I just got born again. So to my greatest surprise, 2 weeks later, they just told me your name had come out. So go and do your admission. I was like, so easy. So I didn't really take it serious, but that story, I will tell it later. So basically, as soon as I got to school in Agwebuyi, I joined under Pastor Jesus Shola then. I think MFM, Mountain of Fire Miracles Ministry, just came to Agwebuyi, but the campus fellowship had been there, but the church, church branch was just starting when I got there. So I met with Pastor Jesus Shola and Pastor Tunde Oladipupo. He was the one that used to come from the campus fellowship then to come and train us in the choir, prepare us for the service on Sundays. Pastor Tunde Oladipo, my very good oga. You know. So that was where spiritual music started for me. I had been singing all kinds of music from my mom's beer parlor. Even in those days, whenever we used to smoke Indian hemp, guys gathered, I'll be the one singing and entertaining them and all that. But when I got born again and I got to school and I started, it was a different kettle of fish entirely. So I had to start learning how to... Normally, I've known general choruses because my dad used to take us to Catholic church. But by the time I got to secondary school, I stopped following him. I went, my dad was a downful driver. So my driver was no yellow. So until I came in contact with Jesus and I got born again, and It was on my verge of getting born again. I gained that admission. So I just entered school as more or less a pastor. So I joined the choir, the training started, the whole thing started, another. So by the time I was done, I was posted to Gombe State for my youth service. Please help me hit on the like button. Help me press the like button, please. Thank you. So I was posted to Gombe State for my youth service 2009. So I finished since 2007, 2008. But you know, we were so many that I had to wait 1.5 session for me to follow the next batch. So by 2009, 2010, my batch was 2009, 2010, but 2009 majorly, batch B. So we started. But when I got to Gombe, I joined MFM Gombe branch. You know, I started even back at don't let me forget this. Back at Olabisi Onabanjo University, my choir master, Brother Fola. Yes, Brother Fola. You know, I didn't know that he was helping me then. You know, I just sang generally, and while singing, the anointing will move. But I didn't know that I was singing on various keys. I was not doing it professionally. But, you know, he was just encouraging us and all that. So by the time I got to Gombe, the day they came, they asked me to come and sing praise and worship. I joined the choir. The day they said it was my turn to sing praise and worship, I just started singing, and the whole church was, yeah. So my friend that we were staying in the mission house together came to meet me and said, he was an Igbo guy. He said, you no need work again now. I said, what you they talk? Say, no be you, see as you sing, go everywhere, scatter now. You don't get work already now. That was the first time music will be coming to me as something I could live for, something I could live on. So it then started gradually, and you know, people started asking me, when next are you going? Me, I didn't take it as a big deal, you know. I was just a normal chorister that liked me, that loved music. And regularly I will fast and pray. You tell me to come, I will fast and pray, and by the time I am on the altar, I just, the same way I praise God in my quiet place, I just want to express myself, and that's what people see and say, the way anytime you minister, you know. And so people started looking forward to my ministration. So me too, I was not like, people are taking this thing very seriously. But me, I was not seeing it as, I had always wanted to work in a bank, you know. Whenever I was watching the movies and I saw people wear their suit and not their tie, more especially coming from a background like Bariga, a place like Bariga where my dad was a Danfo driver. My siblings, majority of them had their handiwork, fashion designers. The other one was a barbering salon business owner, and only my immediate senior sister took her academics very, very seriously. So she was the one that really inspired me to want to further my education. More so when I started attending MFM, you know, the way Dr. Lukoya will prioritize education, the way we will always say he came up with a first class, you know, and then when people come out to share their testimony, all those things affected me a lot positively. And when people come out to share their testimony, nobody has ever graduated in my family. I'll be like, graduation, is it something very... So it started making me to put value on education, making me to put value on developing, becoming a leader, building something serious, you know, building a legacy. Listening to testimonies back at international headquarters then, for me, it was, yes, that God did something good in people's lives. But, you know, based on the background, my mom was a retired teacher. But then, based on the background I was coming from, the kind of people that lived in my environment, bus conductors, car drivers, only Baba Deborah, one of my dad's tenants then, was a banker at Zenith, and he didn't really, he didn't really, he used to leave very early, come back very late. So it didn't really mentor me like that. But it was majorly at church. All kinds of people come in. I was contesting for a contract. I went to I applied for admission in a particular school abroad. So all those things began to change my mental view. So by the time people started hailing me at Gombe, like, Brad Richard, when next are you going to sing? Brad Richard, when next are you going to sing? I was beginning to take it seriously, like, okay, I think this thing is beginning to make sense. But as soon as I was done with NYSC and I got back my last day in Gombe State, I had a dream. So when I had that dream that I saw, Brother Praise Obasa, I've always known him. I've always liked him to lead back then at the International Choir. So I saw him before I went to Gombe. I had gone to join the praise band, but I could sing, but I had no skill. I was not skillful at all, so I couldn't fit in. So by the time I went, I came back. Before I came back, I had that dream. I saw Brother Praise Obasa. He was saying, "Oh yeah, you are welcome. You are welcome to praise band." So by the time I was coming back, that dream was in my head. As soon as I got to Lagos, the next Sunday service, I just went straight to the front of the altar. Those days, it was praise and worship team that would sing on Wednesday. Praise band would always sing on Sunday. So I just went straight to the altar and I went to meet Brother Praise. I said, I want to join the praise team. So he was the one that put me through how I would join. They said we should go for membership class, baptism. Yes, I had done baptism. That was in 2021. They said I had to go for membership class. But while in membership class, I was already attending rehearsals. And then, so at the rehearsal, Mommy Bridget then, who later became the head of Deliverance Praise Team, she would tell me, oh yeah, go and lead praise and worship before we start rehearsal. So there she had been seeing that, yes, I had started growing. So while I was there, I had put in an employment letter. That one is another story entirely. I started working at the Geo's transformation department. Yes. So just from the office, I'll just resume at the rehearsal. So I realized that they said they needed some more hands at the Breakthrough Clinic. The Breakthrough Clinic then was being handled by the Breakthrough Clinic praise team was being handled by Brother Sheyi Moses. Under Pastor, that's Pastor's name? The one before Pastor Ajasa. Pastor Adams, yes, under Pastor Adams. So I was just like, okay, in order to have more singing time, let me join the Breakthrough Clinic. So I joined the Breakthrough Clinic. I met people like Sister Chinyere, Sister Hope, Sister Tolani, Brother Yinka, Sister Tony, Sister Elizabeth, who was later my assistant. So I met them there. So the singing continued to build. So one day, Mommy Bridget, it was Sunday service and it was time, after the Geo's message, it was time to collect offering. So she called me to come and sing for the offering. And the moment I carried the microphone, somebody shout hallelujah. I just started singing. I sang. Everybody was happy normally, and then I dropped the mic. So Brother Sheyi Moses approached me and said, hello, sir. What happened? You are tone deaf. I said, sir, why are you insulting me? He said, no, I didn't insult you. He said, when you went to sing there, they struck a chord for you. There are different keys on the keyboard. But me, I was not professional. I was just singing under the unction of the anointing. Said they struck a chord for you, but you sang off key. I said, hey, really? I said, I didn't know. So he was the one that said, there are different keys. So I went back. In fact, I had to go and enroll in a piano class under Brother Shola. Brother Shola that used to arrange pianos at Auditorium C. At some point, he started arranging it under the gallery. I started learning to play the piano under Brother Shola. And that was where I learned all manner of keys before I knew my own convenience. So I started becoming professional in it. Where am I going? See, Mountain of Fire Miracles Ministries is a church with that the level of its potentials is yet to be tapped. The level of music that goes on in Mountain of Fire is deeper than. There are over 40 singing choirs, singing groups at the international headquarters alone. As far as a cappella is concerned, singing without musical instruments, only blending voices together, I've not had any a cappella group that sounds like the MFM quartet group. And this Zion Dwellers. When those two groups sing, I just sit down and open my mouth in wonder. So Mountain of Fire Miracles Ministries helped my musical journey. I would have just been a shallow singer, a shallow musician that would just know one major kind of music. But it was when I got to MFM, I realized that, oh Lofa, there are different kinds of musics. Really enjoy this. You can tell a lot. Thought, passion, and effort went into putting this together. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Juno. Thank you. So that was where I realized that music itself is a world on its own. Apala music, reggae music, hip hop, rap, R&B. They are just one compartment. It is larger than that. And where my issue now got complicated, by the time I became the head of Geo's backup, you know, that was when Daddy Geo put a standard to his backing up. When I came back in 2010, they drafted us. Mommy Bridget added me to, you know, Geo needed all men backup prior to that time. All kinds of people, they just gather people and they back up when he's singing. When he was singing. But as at 2011, Daddy Gio requested that he wanted all male voices back up. So I was drafted in, headed by Pastor Paul Winners. But as at then, Pastor Paul Winners was busy. I had this discussion with him before I left MFM. We used to discuss it. Pastor Paul Winners was busy selling CDs from Lagos to Ogun State to Ibadan to Abuja to Port Harcourt. So he had no time. He was so busy. So Brother Sheyi Moses was our head then. Even as I then, myself, Brother Sheyi, Brother Praise Obasa, Brother Tony. Yes. So we just used to do general. We used to back up for the Geo, but we would just share the parts. You get, but we were sounding well, but the standard could be better. So by the time I took over, I think that day Daddy Gio went to Abeokuta to do a dedication. So the former Ogun State Deputy Governor was present. And as at then, Gio's backup had not started following Daddy Gio out. But I just took over. So we had all kinds of people in the backup. I think at some point we were about 7. So when they went and came back, it was Brakayode of the video department that called me. I said, he saw me at 2. He said, Richard, come here. Why didn't you guys come with Daddy Gio to Abeokuta on the day of the dedication? I said, me, I was not aware. I only saw it online. And he said, the people that backed up for Gio, they tried though, but they didn't understand how, there's a way that the Gio arranges his songs and does his ministration. So he said they did not understand him. So you guys should have been there. I said, okay, I'll reach out to Daddy Gio. So I messaged Daddy Gio, Daddy, I heard that you went to Abeokuta on so day. Daddy, you didn't take us. Gio said, you didn't ask. So he was like, okay. And then he said, the standard that you guys sing, I don't like it yet. So I was like, okay, Daddy Gio, should we improve that? He said, yes, most definitely. So that was when we carved out a new shape for the Gio's backup. Myself, Imakis, Brother Dayo Joshua, and Forlorun Shaw. My goodness. Forlorun Shaw do. Oh my goodness. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. And the Brashola Folabi. Don't let me forget that name. Brashola Folabi. So that was when, Gio now gave us a standard. Like, we will be singing without the instruments, and yes, we're now beginning to really make sense. What am I trying to drive at? Dr. Olukoya is not just a preacher. He's not just a prophet. He's not just an evangelist. He's not just a teacher. He is a powerful musician. He is a deep, very deep musician. In fact, most of the times when you enter into his office, one form of music or the other is playing. Most especially Negro spirituals. Because that transformation office where I worked for the Gio, I can't tell you the amount of Negro spiritual songs that I uploaded onto all those hard drives. They were so Negro spiritual, all kinds of music, but Negro spirituals dominated them. Gio is very deep musically. So all those things challenged me a lot. And that's why I am not surprised that Mountaintop Chorale won this. And I think that they had won in previous years before. I should have researched that. They had won in previous years before. So Gio is not just a pastor on the periphery of music. Daddy Gio has his own key that he sings on. He doesn't just come up to sing. Dr. Olukoya doesn't just come up to sing. Once he wants to sing, he sings on F sharp. And if you have to why did I forget this brother's name? Brother Gospel, yes. Gospel. He is the one that is heading Daddy Gio's backup now. God bless you, my brother. He was to street music. In fact, was it 2 years ago when I was at home and I was like, okay, instead of just sitting at home, let me enter into UI and probably read music. But I was like, to go and do 4 years of studying music again. So I remembered Gio had told me to go and do IB, yeah, what is it? IBTC or what's the name of that Royal Music, whatever that their examiner comes from Britain. You know, Gio was paying, and when I checked UI's schedule, they were like level 4 or level 6 could come and do master's degree. And this was one of the things that Gio had been insisting that I should do in those days. But I said no, I just want to face my Alujo music. I'm regretting it today. I should have had, I didn't mean I had gone, and Gio was the one that was paying for everybody. He still does it. He will pay for everybody. I should have been on like level 14 or something. By the time I will come, maybe it's just PhD at UI I will put in for. And Dr. Lukoya challenges everybody around him musically. Maybe he leaves the pastors alone, excuse me. But we young people around him, most young people that you see, most of us are going in there for music, because of music. Gio will just get some songs, you know. Even while I was with him, we will do songs in Hausa, we'll do it in French, we'll do it in Igbo, we'll do it in Yoruba, we'll do it in English. So hardly is there a week that we don't go, I and my guys don't go to Gio to rehearse songs. And after rehearsal, everybody is Baba sorts us in dollars. That's how generous he is. So, Dr. Lukoya is not just a fall down and die prayer pastor. He's deeper than that. Is deeper than that. In fact, there's a DKO music house inside Prayer City at the Mountaintop University, on the Mountaintop University ground. It's a department of music on its own. There's a recording studio inside. I've been there before. Dr. Lukoya used to be a choir master at CAC. Let me show you a few times that he has played the organ.
To the glory of God now, we bought an organ there. It's the only kind in the world.
So there's a foundation for anything that's MTC. Yes. That's in
This is an Allen organ. It is called an Apex model, and it was custom built for the Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries.
Yes, this instrument has unique features, and it's the #1 in Africa.
He's an amazing man. I've learned more about him since I was here in 2006, his background. I have not had amala. I've had eba. I did not realize that eba is supposed to be with soup or sauce, so I just ate it plain. Good afternoon. I am Olufemi Bruce from the Allen Organ Factory in Pennsylvania, United States.
All right, so you're welcome to Nigeria once again.
Thank you. This is an Allen organ. It is called an Apex model, and it was custom built for the Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministry.
That organ, no two of its kind exists in the world. That was specially customized for Mountain of Fire. I wanted to play where Gio was playing the organ. Yes, I want to show you that he's a musician for the top. Yeah, that's the political playing the organ. See him and his wife here. Was playing for his wife. Imagine the love. This is lovely. This is the love that used to scatter from KZ. Let me look for another one. Yeah. Jesus Christi, let me play it again. So, Dr. Lukoya, as far as music is concerned, Dr. Lukoya is very, very, very deep. In fact, there is a Mountain of Fire Conservatory of Music where singers are trained. I think I had that video. It's edited by Mommy Akinshe Lure. Yes. Yeah, this is it.
Many of you know the song Patapata that has gone viral, and you probably call me Mommy Patapata. But you're probably wondering who this Mommy Patapata is. My name is Onyinkansola Akinshe Lure. I'm a pastor in Mountain of Fire Miracles Ministries, and I'm still, and I've been for a while, the director of the Mountaintop Conservatory of Music in Lagos. The Mountaintop Conservatory of Music was put in place by Dr. Daniel Lukoya as far back as 2011 to raise young musicians, to encourage the youth. In fact, it was part of his 70-point agenda for upgrading the life of youths in Nigeria. And we've been running, we have trained many people in our diploma courses, in our basic courses on instruments, and even in our music research course, where we train choir leaders and church leaders on how to run music in the church. I have had a passion for years to train musicians. Being a trained musician myself, trained both in Nigeria and abroad, I can say that we have been able to train many musicians from the conservatory who have even gone ahead to do their master's degrees, to do PhDs abroad, and are even professors of music right now, both in the US, in the UK, and all over Europe. The Mountaintop Conservatory of Music is available at all times. We run our courses round the year. And I believe that you will be able to partake from any of our offerings at any time that you wish. Reach out so that your words, your friends, your relations can benefit from some of the greater excellence that we offer.
Mountain of Fire is... You see, even my son, Dayo, he used to attend Brother Shola Obalano's piano class. You see, every day you go there, you see all kinds of young, middle-aged, old rehearsing. Once you enter inside that international headquarters auditorium, you'll be hearing either prayer points from one place or a choir, a music group singing from one other angle. You know, I've had Funke saying the Dr. wanted to use them to brand Mountain of Fire. That logo worldwide, you no get photocopy. Just like the logo of RCCG2, worldwide, you no get photo. Once you see them, these are great men. These are great people. These are people doing great works. Do you know how many lives that Mountain of Fire has touched with? There is no way, if you are just coming as a member, you might not really, but once you join a group, there is no way, one way or the other, the musical potential of Mountain of Fire will not impact on your life. The Senior Regional Overseer of Music, Pastor Oluyede, I think he's the one that can explain this better. But see, Mountain of Fire music shaped me to what I am today. It was Mountain of Fire that gave me that platform. So you cannot just come and say, Mountain of Fire is nothing. Mountain of Fire is rubbish. Dr. Lega is there. Is that. Dr. Lukoya is deeper than that. Do you know how many people Dr. Lukoya has sponsored to Muzon? Do you know how many people Mountain of Fire Miracle, Mountain Top Conservatory of Music is training on a yearly basis? So I was not surprised when I heard that Mountain Top Chorale won. Classical music in Nigeria, forget it. It's MFM. Anything music, any form of instrument. There is no form of instrument that is not being played in Mountain of Fire. Strange, in fact, instruments that I have never heard in my life. Have you seen the number of whenever guitar choir files out? Have you seen how many there are? All those young children playing violin. A whole lot of people have learned violin free of charge, and Gio buys instruments for people free of charge. I know that one. He buys them in bulk, in fact, in droves. So many people come to MFM, learn music free of charge, and then they go to be on their own without even saying it out, without even sharing the testimony. Somebody will now come and rubbish Mountain of Fire. No. Igi t'Ọlọ́run ti gbìn ní Mountain of Fire. Èèyàn kan ò lè fatu. Look at the Mountain Top Chorale.
We are gathered to celebrate his sacred songs and solos, through which he has.
This is Dr. Lukoya's.
We are gathered to celebrate his sacred songs and solos, through which he has ministered to millions of people.
There is so much music at MFM. The question is, what is the reason for this? Let's hear from the visionary himself.
It is purposeful. Not that one wakes up one morning and decides this is what I want to do. Everything works by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit and by studying your environment. The music in MFM is actually intentional. The approach is to capture all categories of people. The music that I compose is not tailored to entertain anybody. If you love reggae music, you get it. You love guitar music, you get it. You love organ music, you get it. So all kinds of categories of music are in the Mountain of Fire. So it's intentional, it's pop.
How do we explain music in this particular context of today?
Akrepi was teaching music in Methodist Boys High School in those days. He said music is the language of the soul and the outlet of our feelings. So this is why somebody could sing in an unknown language. You don't know what he's talking about, but when you hear the music, it affects you. It affects you seriously. That is the mystery of.
To the glory of God, I've arranged many of Dr. Lukoya's songs. The words from these songs, they are spirit, which one must be very, very careful not to tamper with.
He has a sense of humor.
More organized. Yes. Songs like Oluwambe bi datijo, awala osimba bi datijo.
That father in the local prophet Babajide, he sings a lot. He sings a lot. We get to the crusade. We say bribiribe, oyigbe, bribiribe, oyigbe, bribiribe, oyigbe, bribiribe, oyigbe, bribiribe, oyigbe. As you say bribiribe, oyigbe, if you are there, you have some spirits in you. That is not okay. You will somersault.
The performance culture of MFM is not the same as the performance culture of an Anglican church.
Our father in the Lord, Professor D.K. Olukoya, has been the greatest critique of mine.
His music will always have
one of the very first compositions, very popular one. Ebami Olu Hallelujah. And there's a verse there that says, those lines have stayed with me forever.
My first agenda is to capture the youth, to do something that will empower the youth and that will keep them engaged so that they don't get involved in vices that other youths get involved.
In fact, my own first music I heard of Olukoya
too, and in athletics and in basketball is because of the young people to capture. That's the first thing. Number two is to empower them, just like we do at MTU, so that if anything happens in future, you can at least make yourself useful one way or the other.
Sitting down there, that Dr. Olukoya would not know. He would not know what service he's doing to this nation by catching them that young.
MFM is the first group of people who will introduce clapping and jumping into the midst of music. And other musicians are copying it. I think I saw one recently. When you even arrive on stage and you want to sing Okuta Tomole Kosile, your expression should be that of anger before you even open your mouth. Because you are saying ẹni tó bá kọlù wáwó pátápátá porogodo ẹni tó bá kọlù wáwó pátápátá porogodo pátápátá you can't say pátápátá porogodo ẹni tó bá kọlù wáwó pátápátá. She got the aggression. By the time she will sing again, the CAC president asked her to come and sing it.
He knows what he wants and he knows what he did. Like he was saying about that pata, you know what I mean? You have to really bring to action.
One choir sang the song recently. They asked for my comment. I said, well, you got the music of the song, you got the melody, but you lost the spirit. There's no spirit in it. You know, Ọlọ́run Èlíjà sọ̀kalẹ̀ lónìí. Ọwọ́ iná fọ̀hún sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá bá mi. If that was how Elijah called the fire, fire will not fall. The purpose of the music is spirituality, consecration, making people to move deeper.
I'm sure the devil considers him a terrorist because his music is warfare music, warfare.
Last time I heard Dr. Olukoya's song, this was like 2 years ago. I went on a holiday, my wife and I, and then somehow I went onto YouTube and I listened.
Yeah. So you can see Dr. Olukoya is musically deep. And for somebody, you know, I compose songs too. I write songs too. When you, it is such a privilege for God to give you the ability to be in charge of what people sing. And look at the level of the barrage, the quantity of young people that MFM has captured for Jesus. Somebody like me, probably if I had not gone to MFM, the kind of music I'll be doing now will be the one who will be smoking there. God forbid. So this is a man that has really touched lives. So let's go to Mountain Top Chorale. Let's see what they did. They went to Sweden recently. They won this competition at Sweden. Yes, world-class competition.
MTC!
Good morning, my pastor. Good morning, sir.
This is a day of jubilee. God has set his people free.
World-class music. I think this was while they were on their way to the competition. I know some of these people, they are my friends when I was in MFM. Music has taken them. MFM music took me to 8 international countries. 8 international countries. Do you know what it takes to gather this?
Hi everyone, this is Mountaintop Chorale all the way from Nigeria, and we're live in Sweden for the World Choir Games, and we're so excited to be here. Woo!
Hello everybody, the Mountaintop Chorale is here at Helsingborg Arena.
Abraham Oludele Bukade, you are welcome. You know, do you know what it requires, the resources it requires to get all these kind of people necessary documents to travel to and from Sweden, to book them, book them in the hotel there, in hotels there. Somebody will come and say, the Telekaya is this, the Telekaya is that. There is a man who is heavily investing in young people, transforming people's destinies. Winner.
Let's go!
And the champion of the World Choir Games Helsingborg 2026 in category 37.38 points. Gold medal. Mountain Top Chorale.
Thank you. So there's no way you will come in contact with Mountain of Fire and you will not be influenced positively. Most especially, not just for prayer, as a musician, when you go into music, in MFM's music is deep. And God has used Dr. Olukoya to bless so many people musically. So countless of people. You see, there was one mama, what did she do? I think the mama celebrated her 90th birthday or something in the guitar choir. Yet you will see very young lads too carrying violin and playing all kinds of instruments in Mountain of Fire Miracles Ministries. So nobody should just come around and rubbish MFM music. This is a great man who God has been using to do great things. Yes. Well, for Funke and her cohorts, one of them is here saying double standard. Thank you. How many people? Okay, maybe I should engage him. Abraham or Ludele, how many people have you influenced musically? How many people have you transformed their lives with your money? I went to 8 international countries just to sing. Courtesy Mountain of Fire, courtesy Dr. D.K. Olukoya. And you can see all those guys there. That's not the only choir that MFM has. There are over 40 singing groups like that MFM has. But it's because MFM doesn't make noise about their achievements. Because the actual thing Dr. Olukoya wants to achieve is to make impact in people's lives, not the noise, not the accolades. So he does a lot of things just quietly. A lot of people's school fees are being sorted. Yewande said it in her interview. Since she was in 200 level, Dr. Olukoya got her an accommodation and then started paying her school fees. Even gave her a job as a transcriber. So all those other good works are going on underground that nobody is making noise about. Funke will just come, set the ring light, so you set phone, start rubbishing the man of God. No. This is a great man that deserves to be celebrated by Nigeria. The level of works that Dr. Olukoya has done in Nigeria and all over the world is exceptional. It's unquantifiable. And God has been using him, and God will continue to use him in Jesus' mighty name. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'll see you some other time. Do have yourself a profitable day. Bye.